Today on the Tearsheet Podcast.
Ever since I, was dreaming up Greenlight and thinking about Greenlight, investing was always part of that picture. And so I'm just so happy that now it's in there and it's part of Greenlight.
Welcome to the Tearsheet Podcast. I'm Tearsheet's editor-in-chief, Zach Miller. New entrants continue to launch into teen banking. Greenlight is an early entrant in the space, focusing on the financial interactions parents have with their kids. Greenlight has now extended its offering into investing. Greenlight Max is a fractional brokerage integrated into the app that allows kids to make investments in stocks and ETFs. CEO Tim Sheehan joins me on the podcast to discuss the new product and the type of feedback Greenlight's getting from the 2 million users it has on its platform.
I'm Tim Sheehan, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Greenlight. Greenlight is a service that is focused on helping parents raise financially smart kids. So it helps, when the kids are young, teach them that money doesn't grow on trees. You have to earn it. You want to learn to spend wisely. You want to save, have some savings set aside for unexpected events. You want to learn how to invest because that's how you build wealth over the long term. You want to understand what credit is because having an excellent credit score can save you several $1,000s on a mortgage or a car loan. So all of those different things across personal finance that we all want our kids to know and have experience with. That's what Greenlight helps families with.
Totally get that. And I guess I'm curious along the way, have you found that you're educating parents as well who didn't necessarily pick up these things when they were kids?
I think there's some of that happens where, even I'll learn some things, when our product managers or our team comes up with something and presents it. I've found myself learning things. So I imagine there's definitely cases where parents will pick up a nugget of information here or there. And I like that happens. I think it's good because, being smart about finance, it's not magic, it's just information and experience. And so the more that we can spread that knowledge, the better.
Yeah, I remember my kids are older now, grown. And I remember reading the Bank of Dad book when I was younger and having to do a lot of what Greenlight does, like in spreadsheets, to keep track of, help them keep track of allowance and spending and stuff like that. And so it's amazing to see how the industry has evolved. And you guys were one of the pioneers. How have you seen it feels like almost every few months there's a new challenger banks that are targeting a similar demographic. How have you seen the space evolve?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. There's a lot of point solutions out there. Like maybe an allowance app or a chores app, or you can get a debit card, or you can get a savings account, or you can get a giving account, or you can get an investing account. What I think is special about Greenlight is it has all of those things integrated into a simple, easy to use app that allows for interactivity between the parent and the kids. And I think that's what makes it special. That's what makes it compelling. Is it just kind of simplifies a lot of complexity, and honestly, it's very convenient. It's very easy to use and convenient.
I get that. And what kind of KPIs do you look at internally to see how whether you're hitting your own marks?
Yeah, we're focused on making sure our customers love the product, that we're taking great care of them, that they're using it a lot. So we'll focus on lots of different usage metrics. We'll focus on growth. So we grew about 300% in revenue and customers year over year. And so I think, another key one obviously would be gross margins. And so we tend to focus on, probably the key metrics that you would guess, across usage and then the financial metrics that matter.
And how many customers do you have on it now? You said you grew 300%. Congratulations.
Yeah, 2.7 million parents and kids using the product now, and just fast approaching 3 million. So we're excited because one of the best things maybe I think is that parents are telling other parents about Greenlight, and the kids are as well. To me, that's always a really good sign that you're doing something right. Because parents can be the toughest judges, because they're kind of constantly getting proposals from their kids and requests. They're constantly being peppered with questions like, "Can I have this? Can I have that?" Kind of constantly being asked for things. So so when a parent recommends something to another parent, it tends to be quite meaningful.
I agree with that, and does that influence sort of? I'll take a step back before I ask that question. But are you using a partnership strategy to expand as well?
Yeah, we are. We collaborated with Chase,
right?
And Chase launched Chase First Banking, where they incorporated a lot of Greenlight's functionality into the Chase mobile banking app. And I think they did a fantastic job. It's a great product, and I think it really enhanced and added a lot to the Chase mobile banking experience. So we're pretty excited about that.
Is that a strategy, a distribution strategy, or an expansion strategy that you plan on using more of this year?
Yeah, I think you might see more of that from us. We're talking to various potential partners to see what might be possible. But yeah, I do. I think you'll see Greenlight partnering with a few other companies where it makes sense, in addition to our direct to consumer business.
That makes sense. And you have a new product out, an investment product called Max. Love to hear about that.
Yeah. So you'll have to cut me off because I could talk for a long time.
Don't worry, I will. Okay.
I from my background, you could tell I'm a big investor and kind of love to help people become good investors.
And you're also passionate about your company, so that's a good
yes, exactly. We basically launched a first ever thing, which is a educational investing service for kids. But what's special about it is it's real. Like, it's a real brokerage account, and the kids can do the research into stocks or ETFs, and then they can propose the investment to their parent, and the parents can approve or decline it. And if they approve it, then the investment will go through, and they, if it needs to be a fractional share purchase, then it will be. So if they want to buy, for example, $20 of Apple or something like that, then if the parent approves it, it will go through. So it has lots of just kind of, trusted, respected sources in there, like Morningstar Premium content. But it also has some fun, kind of easy to understand videos in there that help the kids understand, just kind of the basics of investing. So we're super proud of it. We're really happy with the reception it's receiving. The kind of adoption from consumers has been really way higher than we expected. The Wall Street Journal just published an article discussing it over the weekend, which we were really happy to see, because there's a lot of stuff happening in the markets today, with GameStop and such. And so, we love that we stand in contrast, to gambling. We're all about teaching people real investing, how to actually do it the right way, where you understand risks, you understand how to analyze a company or an ETF to determine, is this company going to do really well in the future? And if I were to buy a share today of this stock or ETF, is it a fair price right now, or is it like massively overvalued? Things like that. So I am just so proud of our team, and I'm so happy that this product is in the market, because ever since I, was dreaming up Greenlight and thinking about Greenlight, investing was always part of that picture. And so I'm just so happy that now it's in there and it's part of Greenlight.
That's awesome. And where did so it sounds like that's a personal focus for you. Was there pull? Was there demand in the market from parents looking for something like this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's just there's some good stuff out there. Like we actually did some research that I think it was 89% of parents feel that it's important that their kids grow up with good financial habits, including investing. There is some other stuff out there about that the kids, I think it was, Jessica might have to help me with the number. I think it was like 3/4 of kids are also very interested in investing and learning how to invest. But I think it was was it 87%, Jessica?
Yeah, it was 87% of teens are interested in investing.
Yeah. So basically strong interest, from parents and kids.
And so how were kids doing that up until this point? I mean, I guess parents had UTMA accounts, but those weren't user friendly. They weren't accessible, I think, to children.
Yeah. I think it was more, they weren't really doing it. Honestly, I think, definitely the exceptions, as in your case, there are always going to be, there's some people who were ahead of the curve and found a way to get it done. But I think the majority of kids were interested in it, but not yet doing it. We're happy now that there's kind of like, there's essentially a good choice now. Before, I'm not sure there really was a good choice for a parent to bring their child onto an investing service and have them learn in a safe way, where the guardrails are in place for them, not to
put it all into Bitcoin.
Yeah, not to get completely, not to learn the wrong habits, right? Or learn the wrong approaches for how to invest for the long term.
Max, So Max offers, you mentioned fractional shares in single stocks, ETFs as well.
That's right.
Interesting. And do you have your own funds? Do you have sort of, I saw that you built an investment advisor as well. Is there an advisory service or no?
Yeah, no, we don't. We wanted to just for now kind of, there's so many, stocks you can invest in, so many different ETFs that we felt like the market was but there was plenty of choices for kids. We wanted to focus more on teaching them the right way to approach investing, to do your research, to think critically, to think objectively, to think, to use any knowledge or experience that you have to provide special insight into how well a particular company might do in the future. All of those kinds of things is, in addition to learning the basics of, what is PE, what is a PE ratio? What is, why does that matter? Stuff like that.
And you mentioned that there's a workflow with the parent, so the parent has sign off at the end.
That's right. And I think this is an important factor because, the kids, you want them to be able to be independent, right? And be able to go do the research, figure out what they think they should invest in, but then have them kind of circle back to you as the parent, and say, hey, here's the investments I think we should make. and have them tell you why. That's really the critical piece, is to have them tell you why they think that they should buy Nike, or they should buy Apple, or the VTV ETF, or whatever it may be. Have them explain to you why, and you might be surprised by what they say. The kids, kids. I guess all parents know this, but kids will always surprise you, and they are really taking to the service and really using the research aspects of it. So I love to see that they're not just kind of, hearing about something and then proposing to invest in that. They're actually doing the research and making kind of smart proposals to their parents. But yeah, there's that workflow built in where the kids do the research, they propose the investment to the parent gets a push alert on their phone. They tap on it, they see what the kid is proposing, and then they can approve it or decline it. And if they approve it, it goes through.
Smart. And what's the integration like with the banking service? Obviously, because saving and investing goes together. Is there an integration?
Oh, with on the consumer app?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all integrated. The app, it's just one app, and it has chores tracking, allowances, the spend controls with debit card functionality built in, the savings account, savings goal tracking, a giving account, and now the investing account. It's all integrated. It sounds like a lot, but it is a lot. But the way that we've designed it and done usability testing, we've optimized it for simplicity, so that it's very easy to be a first-time user and to start using it. But then there's lots of power and functionality that you discover over time that you can take advantage of if you'd like to.
And Tim, what's your thinking about as children who are growing up using Greenlight, as they get older and I guess graduate the service? What's your goal strategically, I guess, how Greenlight grows or doesn't grow along with them?
Yeah, I think, our focus is totally on families and trying to really, help the kids so that by the time that they graduate college and they're out on their own, they're in good shape. That's what we're trying to help the parents accomplish, so that when they have that first job and their first apartment, or they're out there living on their own, that they're making good financial decisions, and they've hopefully formulated some really healthy financial habits by using Greenlight with their parents. And that's our goal. That's what we're trying to do, so that over time, hopefully there'll be, kind of generations and generations of adults, that started with Greenlight as kids, but that are now adults who are financially confident and hopefully financially successful.
Got it. And how are you marketing? How are you bringing in new users for the investment product?
Yeah, we're doing obviously referrals is a big help, and then of course digital marketing is a big focus as well. Reaching out to parents across all the digital channels, and even you might even see some TV and some video ads and streaming services and things like that.
Interesting. And do you have two different channels to, I guess, two different messages, both for, do you target the kids themselves, or do you target their parents?
No, just the parents. Yeah.
Okay.
We just like our customer and all our marketing is our customer is the parent. So that's who we market to. And
that differs from some of the new players in the market, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And that's because we believe the parent is the decision maker. The parent is, the one who is the key decision maker in this particular scenario. And you want to build the product in a way where, first the parent loves it, and then hopefully second the child loves it as well. So it is a difficult balance to get right. But we think it's important to speak to the parent first and explain what your service is and how it can help their kids. And so that's the approach we've chosen.
And so it sounds like this is, first and foremost, what you're working on in 2021, you just launched and expanding. Are there anything else you have in the pipeline that you'd like to tell us about?
No, I think we'll just continue to do what we've
your
been
plate
doing.
Full.
Yeah, adding more value to the service over time. Try to continue to raise the bar for ourselves in terms of the value that we bring to customers, and we'll stay focused on personal finance. So yeah, you'll definitely see new stuff come from us. But it'll always be under the personal finance banner, and hopefully it continues to be stuff that parents and kids value.
Tim, great catching up with you again. Thanks for joining us on the Tearsheet podcast today.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. Thanks for having me.